Happy April Fool's Day. I know what you're thinking. This is a prank. This is a joke. She is sat in her Grimace chair. New edition, of course. She's sat in her Grimace chair. She's got the microphone. It looks like it's going to be a podcast episode. It might not be because knowing her, fucking flop. It won't be. Guess what? It is. Hello and welcome to, or welcome back to, the Rough as Rats podcast with me, Maisie FL. Maisie for life. Welcome back. Right, now, let's get a few things very clear. I don't know what's going to happen, okay? I think we are actually probably clear on that by now because of the history of this podcast. I can't stop injuring myself. I got a paper cut under my finger the other day. If you watched my last vlog, actually, I think this is coming out before my vlog, so lol. If you could foresee that happening, then maybe you'd know. But I got a paper cut under my finger the other day from Minion Monopoly. Minion Monopoly. Anyway, so we all know that I don't know what I'm doing. Classic. But I am going to try, okay? This isn't even rough as rats anymore. This is rougher than rats. And if you haven't noticed, this is on my main channel, okay? I have a second channel for my podcast, but I've decided I'm going to just stick everything on one channel. Why? Ad revenue. Joking. Somewhat joking. I just feel like if everything's in one place for now, it will help in terms of like growth. I feel like more people will see the podcast, and I'm not sat here doing it for niche. I'm doing it for you, and I'm doing it for me as well, because I tried really hard to like churn out TikToks, and let me tell you something, that shit's demoralizing. And the reason why is because I use TikTok. I'm addicted to my phone, don't get me wrong, but I hate it. I hate TikTok. I hate the people on it. I hate almost all influencers. I had a breakdown about this the other day, and I was posting on TikTok to talk about like books and films, and I thought I could just talk about books and films on here. And of course, TikTok is more digestible and it's more like easy to watch. But not a lot of people, I actually realised that quite a lot of people don't use TikTok anymore. Good on you. I wish I could be one of you, which I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to get that screen time down. But I thought this is more accessible because you don't have to have an account to watch YouTube. If you do have an account, please subscribe. Anyway, and Spotify, you can listen to it, yada yada. And I can talk more freely here because I was trying to make all of my content under 3 minutes so that I could post it on Instagram as well. But I'm just going to clip stuff from this and post it on TikTok. So then it's like killing two birds with one stone, because I'm just filming this, and then I could just clip the bits where I talk about films or books, whack it online, bit of free promo for the pod. And I just thought it was nicer. It was like a more chillaxed way of talking, maybe. I don't really know. I have a lot of things in here, and a lot of the time it doesn't come to be anything. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, welcome back. It has been October, November, December, January, February, March. Almost April. Okay, yeah, it's been 6 months again. I seem to like post an episode once. 6 months goes by, comes back. But I'm here. I'm in my Grimace chair, if you couldn't tell. This is not where I used to film. I used to film on my bed, but I had the absolute ball ache of having to sit up straight for an hour. Oh, the postman's here. Oh, that's lovely. I just sit up for an hour. I can't do that. My posture is not made for that. So this chair, actually, if any of you have seen, I don't know what show it was, but Joe Lycett had this chair. This is a normal chair. Okay, normal. There's nothing normal about this. But underneath here, underneath the Grimace fur, it's just a normal chair. And I'll tell you something, it is bloody comfy. It is so nice. But he had this, and then I don't know how my dad got it, but he did. And then he said to me, this chair, I have it. Me and my brother argued over it in the group chat. I was like, that chair is meant to come into my being, into my hands. I called my cousin who lives across the road. I said, get your grubby little paws over here now and help me get this chair in my room. And here we are. I had to move the mini fridge. Sacrifices were made, but for what greater good, this chair. Also, I have this blanket over me because first and foremost, I want it. And second of all, because I've just started my period, and it is here with a vengeance. My period each month just bends me over and fucks me up. Sorry, it does. It fucks me. the cramps I've had, but this month we have experienced new lows of my period. Okay, if you didn't know, I have a period. Hey, I get a period once every month. I don't know if you've heard of it. Kind of underground, but my periods are like especially bad. I don't know when it started. It started maybe, actually, to be fair, it probably started like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, or maybe 2.5, just over 2.5, 2 3/4 years ago. Basically, before my period, I used to get so manically depressed, like really bad. Would try and run away, quit my job, break up with my boyfriend. You know, the usual things, girlhood, just girly things, you know. And then I was like, wait, I never used to feel this way. And it would just impact my life for like 2 weeks. And then my period would start and I'd be like, I can see clearly now the rain has gone. I'm so happy. Everything is so great. Life's so fun. Life's so fun. Got my mascara and my mini dress on. And then my period would like be looming again and I would get really depressed, right? PMDD. Pre-menstrual dysphoric disorder. Okay. Spoke to a gynecologist or a nurse about it and she was like, yeah, I think you're allergic to progesterone. And I was like, that is so litty. So now when I go to a restaurant, they're like, do you have any allergies? Yeah, just progesterone, just what my body naturally makes. Wait, does it? I don't know. Anyway, oh, my nose is running. I'm not picking my nose. Anyway, even if I was, leave it out. So I started going on antidepressants. So now I'm on antidepressants for I don't know how many days of the month. From day 16 of my cycle to the first day that my period starts, which is today. Today, I woke up and I was like, I can feel something brewing. This must be what it's like internally when a volcano starts to brew, when it's like, oh girl, I'm about to blow. That is how I felt this morning, because I was like, if I even like pulsate my vagina right now, it is just going to be red. I'm going to see, I see red. Anyway, so I went to the toilet, blood gushing out of me. But this month, I've had new physical side effects I've never in my life have I experienced before. I've never met such a nasty girl. I had the worst joint pain ever. What is about? I am 23. I am 24 this year. Whatever. I know I'm going to age, okay? My bad. Whatever. Hello. Your paws touching me up, love. I got a boyfriend. Anyway, I had joint pain like I've never experienced before. This arm specifically, my right arm, my dominant hand. This bit between this bit of my arm, my top bit and my bottom bit, killing. I can't even begin to describe to you how bad the pain was. It was like this weird ache and it was just non-stop. I was thinking, I feel arthritic. Arthritic. No! It was awful. It was so bad. I can't even begin to tell you how bad it was. It was just this weird ache constantly. And I kept thinking, cool, I'm dying. Because that's the first thing I think when I'm ill. I'm like, yeah, time to write the will that no one needs because I've got no money to give anyone apart from £30 in my savings account so they can divvy it out between them. It probably needs to go to my mum and dad because I owe them way more than that. Anyway, I was thinking I'm dying. Then I had back pain and I thought, cool, my back, my joints, then my boobs, okay? My boobs. Today I'm wearing a bra like every other day but I could have not worn a bra today, I think. My boobs could have just stood up on their own because they are in pain. They are so painful. And I'm so glad that I didn't have this pain at school because I think I actually would have died a very real death in the playground. I'm not even joking to you because I could barely deal with my period when I was at school because I was just thinking to myself, this is fucked. Like, you know when boys are like, oh, it's so messed up that girls get periods. That was me at school. I was like, wait, are we just going to stand for this as if anyone could do anything about it? Guys, let's protest. No more periods. But like, it's a con. Like, also, my question is, where is all that blood for the other, like, days that I'm not on? Huh? Where is it? Where is it stored? Why is it just there? Especially the clots. Are you just like, it's like churning milk? Why? Oh God, I just don't understand it. Anyway, So I'm on my period. My skin is appalling. Let's actually talk about that really quickly. My skin is appalling, and I have a weird, incessant need to pick my skin. And if I'm not picking my face, if I'm not seeing something that is not a spot at all, but I'm just like, yes, it is. It is my chest. I am picking my chest like there's no tomorrow. I've been wearing spot patches. Hello? Who just texted? I got a text. Anyway, I am picking my skin like there's no tomorrow. Genuinely. Genuinely. I can't stop doing it. I actually need to turn my ringtone off, otherwise I would just be thinking about that the entire time. Okay, there we go. My ringtone. Yeah, especially like the crevice between two boobs, because I guess when two worlds I like it in the city when two worlds collide, because it goes so sweaty, so it obviously just produces and harbors bacteria. Okay, language. And then I get like not even spots, but I'll just be like, that kind of looks like what could resemble or maybe one day potentially be a spot. Let's make that day to day. And then I have like craters all over my chest, all over my face, and then I'll think to myself, when my skin is clear, everything will be fine. And then my skin gets clear and I just start picking it again. And it's like this weird, I don't know what it is. I was trying to think about it the other day. Is it like oh, my lisp is coming out because I'm nervous. Is it like a control thing? But what am I controlling? My mental state being bad? Yes, because I feel like rubbish. Like my chin. Oh, speaking of volcanoes, it looks like I've got one on my chin. And I'll be like, oh yeah, it's because I'm about to start my period. No, it's not because you're about to start your period. It's because you do not stop picking your face and your hands are probably dirty. Filthy little freak. Isn't that right, Mum? I can't stop picking my face. She says it's quite simple, but I can't stop doing it. Huh? My face will cave in. You cannot take away this face guard. Sorry. Anyway. Awful. Just awful. I can't stop picking my face. And also it doesn't help that I don't drink much water, speaking of. Hello! But I've been trying to drink more water. Also, I got a job. That's fun. Last time I spoke to you... Did I quit my job last time I spoke to you? Who is texting? Oh, someone's found cover. I was going to say I'll do it, but not anymore. Because it's my day off and I'm trying to be like good. Basically, I got a job because I needed one, but I was unemployed for 6 months. I quit my job in October and I got a job like a week ago. About a week ago! I got a job about a week ago because I needed one, because hello, I have been unemployed for 6 months and it was just time to like we need to stop being serious about this sort of thing. I quit my job in October because I hated it. Like, if you know the law, I can't say who I worked for, but like you can guess and I cannot reply to your comment and you can take that as like, yeah, that's who she worked for. Plus, like, I think pretty much everyone knows now, but my old company was awful. Like, I literally could not tell you how much you shouldn't work for them because they're just the worst. Maybe it was just my store, because some people I meet that work there, like, they're like, oh, I really like it, I like my manager, and I'm like, yeah, can't relate. Who can relate? Woo! Not me. So I quit there because they were just shit. Like, I was the only female manager, the female boss, if you will, and they hated me. Like, you can't compete when you don't compare, but you can hate me because you ain't me. And I feel like I'm an easy person to hate. Like, I think I'm low-key... Is that a spot? Stop it! Say! Like, I feel like I'm an... Right, cool. Now I'm, like, hyper-fixated on that. No. Okay, me when I learn what that word means... Like, I'm easy to love, I think, but I'm very easy to hate because I'm sure of myself. I know what I want. I know what I like, and I don't stand for any shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, my ex-boss is still chatting worse about me. And when I say my ex-boss, he wasn't like the big boss. He was just like one of the managers. He was in like the pecking order, but he was like, so there was like one boss, another boss, him, another one, me. So it went front of house, junior manager, junior front of house manager, assistant general manager. He was junior manager, and now he's front of house manager. And like, yeah, you're slowly climbing the ranks. At what cost? You are ugly. You are ugly. You are annoying. No one likes you. Your facial hair looks like bum fluff. You've got a bum ass fucking personality. No one likes you. Got to add that in again. So nice. I got to say it twice. Like, you are awful, and you're still chatting worse about me, which is crazy because you used to say I was good looking. Funny how bitches turn into my fans turn into my bitches. Like, I know that I bring him up so much, but like, that is a villain origin story. I'm sorry. There are so many bum ass ugly men that hate me, that spur me on to do more. My ex-boyfriend, he used to push me around. He hit me, right? What am I doing now? I'm sat in a Grimace chair. What are you doing? You're probably washed up on fucking Ealing Broadway. No offence. Full offence. Full offence. I hate you. I hate you. I've got a lot of hatred in me. And sometimes I'm like, you are harbouring so much hate. You need to chill out. But then I remember why I am the way I am. And I'm like, I get riled up. I'm riled up so easily. That's the problem. I am so easily pissed off. I'm so sensitive, but I feel things so deeply. And a lot of the things I feel deeply is hate. And I can't help that. I don't hate, like, my hatred isn't doing anyone badly though. Like, you know, people that are like full of hatred, like Trump or whatever, who are actually categorically bad people. I'm hating on the bad people. So what is the beef? I hate people that don't like me for no reason. There are a couple girls that I know that don't like me, okay, or I know of, and I've heard that they talk shit about me, and I'm thinking, that's crazy because you'd never say it to my face. But guess what? I'd say to your face, your makeup looks shit. And I can say that with full chest, full body, because you are being nasty about me for no reason. You think you have dirt on me. You're doing me dirt because what did I do? Nothing. I've done nothing to you directly. And also, the thing is, in my past, yes, I've made mistakes. I know, very hard to believe. I can own up to them. And, like, it's always beef between me and Michael that people have. Like, sorry, this is just getting so carried away. But, like, me and Michael have an argument and people are like, yeah, I hate Maisie. Cool. Join the fucking club. Get a t-shirt. Like, get a t-shirt. Get the I Heart Maisie Fuller top, because that is what you're low-key doing. You're loving to hate me. You love the way I lie, but I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I do lie sometimes, but like, I lied when I said you look nice that time. Anyway, where was I literally going with that? I have a job. Okay, yeah, so I was unemployed for a bit. I did Vlogmas, Vlogmas is a lot. And I am actually, talking of haters, I'm my number one hater, because I will like vlog for a week, or like when I did Vlogmas, vlog for the day, edit the vlog, and then I was like, wait, this is awful. This is dog shit. This is garbage. If anyone said that to me, if anyone else was like, your shit's a vlog, your vlogs are shit, I'd be like, no, they are categorically not. No, they are categorically not. They are movies. That shit was a movie. It could be me on the toilet straining shit out of my ass, and I'd be like, that shit was a movie, and I deserve an Oscar. But I can hate on it myself. Like, I vlogged last week, and that was like the first full week of me working, and I was like, okay, this is shit, and I'm paranoid, and it might be really boring. It'll be like boring as old boots, right? But I'll say it. No one else can. But, like, I want to know if things are boring. Like, I want to know if things are shit. So, Vlogmas, I got so paranoid because I was like, it's just same shit, different day. Because, literally, same shit, different day. Because I was working with my dad, who sucks up shit for a living. And I didn't have a job because I was like, I can't work and do Vlogmas. Like, doing Vlogmas was so demanding. And I was so proud of myself for doing it. But fuck me, that shit was hard. Which is why things like the podcast took a back burner for 6 months. Because, like, I just can't do that many things. Like, my motivation is very much like, well, the things that I do are relying on me being motivated, and if I'm not motivated, guess what? It is literally not happening. It's literally not happening. And that's how I feel about TikTok as well. When I got my job, I was like, TikTok, you're binned off. You're banned, because I was just like, I don't have the motivation to do it, so I'm not gonna force myself. And then I was like, oh, but TikTok's all about consistency. Then I was like, shut the fuck up, you have one life, why are you worrying about this? Do you know what I mean? Like, I do worry because obviously I'm like, oh, I want to do this full time. I don't want to be an influencer. I don't want to tell you what to use to whiten your teeth. Don't whiten your teeth. Don't get bum ass veneers. Let yourself live, okay? I just want to talk about things I love and get paid. Is that so much to ask? Also, I want to write a book. I'm not even in the country that day. Cool. Um, Sorry. Chatting in the chat. What was I about to say? What was I literally just about to say? Oh my god, now I've literally just forgotten what I was going to say. What was we just talking about? Vlogmas, me being my own hater, having a job, TikTok. Oh, book! Right, yeah, someone commented on my recent vlog. Let me see. You're already on 600 hours. Hell no. Can you imagine? 600 hours a week. There isn't even that many hours in a week, is there? Right, let me look. We're jamming. Let me look. Someone commented on my vlog the other day because I said I had a job, and someone commented saying like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna write a book." Let me find it to read it to you because it made me laugh. Like, it made me lol out loud. Time tree. No, I don't need time tree. I need. What do I need? I need YouTube Studio. She commented ones that I haven't responded to. Content, no. Community. This one. Here we go. I responded. She said, Maisie, I was hoping you'd write a book instead of getting another job. Jobs are yucky. Congrats, though. I will write a book. Please do not worry about that. The only thing is, what am I writing it about? How long have I been filming? 22 minutes. Cool. What am I writing this book about? I don't know. Well, I have ideas, but my vision is I want to write a book because when I was younger, I really wanted to write a book because I loved reading. Still do. I actually have a book to talk about. Is it up there? I'm not getting up. No offense. You're just going to have to visualize it. But, like, you don't even need to see it. You might be listening to this instead of watching it. But I loved reading. I wanted to write a book. I had a crush on a boy at school, and he then got with this other girl. This was in year 8, by the way. And so I thought, oh, I'll write a book about the love triangle. Girl, there was no love triangle. Can you see the mental illness manifested itself? It was not a conscious decision. It was happening way before we knew what was going on. Because look at that. You're going to write a book. And I did. And I started writing one. And it was probably shit. But I'm also too self-aware of like what I'm doing, so I deleted that every time I started a new diary or a journal and I wrote back down my feelings. I'd write it down for maybe like 4 or 5 days, then I would rip them all out and throw them away because I'd be embarrassed reading them back. Awesome. Been too self-aware from a young age, which I think is why I'm so anxious, because I'm just too aware of like my own being and like what's going on around me, if that even makes a smidge of sense. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, I'm going to write a book, and when I write a book, I want it to be adapted straight away into either a TV series or film, and I will star in it because I am going to be an actress at some point. I didn't know if you knew that, but I'm going to win an Oscar, basically. This is me feeding into my own delusions. I'm going to win an Oscar, and it's going to be for my first role. I'm going to get up, and I'm going to film. No, I'm not going to film it, but like I might film it, but I'm going to be in a film. And then everyone's going to be like, holy shit, she's such a good actress. And they're just going to put me in the Oscars running. And then I'm going to get up on stage and I'm going to cry my eyes out. And I'm going to be like, thank you to my mum and dad. Thank you to my boyfriend. Hopefully me and Michael are still together. Like, if that boy broke up with me, I'd be like, what the F are you doing? That's the first thing I'd say. I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, realistically, what the F are you doing? Touch wood that we don't break up. Anyway, so I'm going to win an Oscar. But yeah, the only problem is I have this many tattoos and not a lot of people want to work with people that have tattoos, and also I have no acting experience to add to that. Oh, just hit me knee so bad it jolted up. Anyway, so yeah, I am going to write a book, so don't worry about that. Like, there are big things coming. A book may be one of them, but just give me a minute. Like, I have ideas, but I just visualize like certain people playing characters, Matthew Gray Gubler and me acting alongside each other. Yes, please. Anyway, so yeah, I still haven't finished telling you about my job. I have a job now. Yeah, I have a job and it's going well and I'm enjoying it. And I know I said that about my last job and then I hated it, but not every company is the same, okay? This job is good, and I am trying to be better at like work-life balance, even though every time they're like, can someone cover this shift? I'm like, yeah, me, because I've got no money, because I've been unemployed for 6 months, and then I was on universal credit. I spoke about it in my vlog, but that's not gone out again. I literally keep forgetting that this vlog has not gone out yet because this will go up before it, but I was on universal credit. I was so embarrassed to tell anyone, but here we go. I was on universal credit, and now I have a job, and it's fine. But I got a job at the end of the month, which means I won't be paid for another month. Anyway, whatever. So there is a thing called wage stream, but I'm not using it. I am not falling into that trap. So I'm trying to save up because I want to go traveling the end of this year, beginning of next year. I was going to go on my own, and I was going to try and do all of these countries in one go. Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Bali, the Philippines, Nepal, Japan, and I think that's it, and then go to Australia. But now my friend Molly said that she also wants to go travelling, but she never knew anyone that wanted to do it as well. So we were going to look into doing it together, because I would feel more secure doing it with someone else. But we would just do Thailand, Laos, because it's next to each other, I think, Vietnam, Bali, and then go to Australia. I think that is like a rough plan. We need to talk about it, but I need to obviously save up like £30 in my bank account. What can that get me? 1/16 of a rabies jab? Cool. If a monkey touches me, I'll be fine. Like, no. So I need to save up for that. So I've been taking on extra shifts, but like last week I did like 40 hours, but one of the days I did like a 12-hour shift, which I really don't mind doing because I prefer doing longer days and then having days off. But then on my days off, if they're like, can someone come in? I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it. But I need to be able to like balance like doing good hours, getting money, and then having a life, like going to the cinema enough times in the week, which I'm going to the cinema today and doing a double bill. Me and Lara, we're going to watch Novocaine, which has got Jack Quaid in it. Didn't realise his dad was a really annoying, ugly, also a Trump supporter, from The Substance. Not ugly. Well, yeah, I think you can call Trump supporters ugly without any repercussions. Like, I can anyway. Fucking ask me if I care. No. But he is not a Trump supporter, so that's awesome. He was in the film Companion, which I went to see, which was so good. I really liked Companion. So we're going to see Novocaine, and then we're going to see Last Swim, which is more of like a smaller, like kind of indie film. But double billing at the cinema, I come out and I'm like, huh. So what's changed? Are we in a new millennium? Anyway, so I'm doing that tonight. So I just need to do like work-life balance. Do you know what I mean? What else has happened in the 6 months I haven't done my podcast? The thing is, you haven't missed much. If you watch my vlogs, like, you'll know what's been going on. Michael still lives in Brighton. Yep. Well, he works there, so he's going to still live there. And I have a job, and I think that's it. Oh, I had the worst panic attacks of my life in January. That was really, really fun and cool and exciting, was not being able to breathe every night and having to watch In the Night Garden. And I told my therapist that, and she was like, do you have like some connection to In the Night Garden as to why it calmed you down? And I was like, no, I actually hated In the Night Garden when I was younger because my cousins used to watch it, and I'd be like, this shit sucks, but it's the sound, do 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 do. And I was trying to explain it to her, and she has kids, and she was like, trust me, I'm well aware of In the Night Garden. I was like, oh, my bad. Anyway, so I've been watching In the Night Garden. Well, I watched In the Night Garden back then. Oh my god, my nose is running so much, but I cannot get up right now. I'm so comfy. I should sit in this chair more often. I used to sit in this chair, and then it just started being like a dumping place to put stuff on when I couldn't be bothered to put it away. Classic. I'm awful. Anyway, and it molts everywhere. Like, I'll be at work, or I'll be at like the cinema or something, and I'll be like, oh, I've got a hair in my mouth, and it'll be purple. And I'm thinking, I've contracted grimace shake-itis. Anyway, yeah, been going to therapy. My car broke down for a few weeks. That was like end of the world, intro end of the world, Ariana Grande. If the sun refused to shine, baby, would I still be your lover? Anyway, yeah, I've gotten really, really into films. Like, last year I was kind of into films, but this year I've gotten so into films. I stayed up to watch the Oscars don't even want to talk about the monstrosity that went down that night. Don't want to talk about it. That's the first time I ever stayed up to watch the Oscars. I ever watched them live, and it was that year. Are you kidding me? Are you sharting me? Wicked came out last year. That was awesome sauce. The Bob Dylan movie came out last year. Or like it came out last year technically, and then this year in the UK, because we get releases 3,000 years later. I loved that film. Didn't you? I actually want to learn the guitar and the harmonica, and then I want to go to a pub that's doing karaoke or like live music and get up and be like, guys, do you know Outlaw Blues by Bob Dylan? And then be like, yeah. And I'm like, ain't it hard to stumble and land in some funny lagoon? I'm not the one you need. Sorry, I love Bob Dylan and I love Timothée Chalamet. My love for Timothée Chalamet, maybe I'll dedicate a whole episode to that, because I love Timothée Chalamet and I felt personally hurt when he didn't win the Oscar. I think he should have won the Oscar in 2018, was it? For Call Me By Your Name? Like, he lost it to Gary Oldman. I don't even know if he was, like, close to winning it, because I don't know who else was nominated that year. It might have been the year of The Banshees of Inisherin. Or however you say it, I can't remember, but I don't even know if he was, like, in the running, like, in terms of, like, the nominees. But Gary Oldman was good in Darkest Hour, but like I've said before, who gives a fuck? These war films, who gives a fuck? Sorry, like, apart from the one that Kate Winslet did, Lee, about the war photographer who ate, her photos ate, and she was in that film with Andy Samberg. Oh, my angel. Anyway, Timothée Chalamet should have won then. Call Me By Your Name, yes, I love that film. Maybe, again, I will dedicate a whole episode to my love for that film. And I know that some people are like, really, that film? And I'm like, yeah, that film. Yes, I'm considering getting a Call Me By Your Name tattoo. I don't want to hear it. But I love him, and I was so upset that he didn't win. But he was so good in A Complete Unknown. How does it feel? Yeah, I loved it. Also, what else has been happening? I've been really into my films. I've been buying so many DVDs. I started buying DVDs from charity shops because I saw like a few that I liked, and then I was like, wait, this is such a good idea to buy them before I move out. Not even thinking of moving out. Obviously, I want to go traveling first. Now I have 74 DVDs just sat in the corner of my room over there. I would put them up on my wall, but like, there's nowhere to put them. Like, I've got my trinket thing, which I'm sorry, you can't really see it anymore, which makes me sad, but I can't move it over because my dad was like, no. So there you go. I can't do it. But just know that it's still there. I've still been adding stuff to it, but maybe, I'd just love to find a way to move it over here. Anyway, also, something that's been happening recently, and kind of the main thing I wanted to talk about, is my speech and the rise and fall of my speech impediment / lisp / not being able to talk properly. I don't know where this has come from, and I can't remember when this started, but obviously, when you watch a podcast, when you watch a TikTok, when you watch a YouTube video, whatever, people can cut out shit, and I cut out a lot of shit in my vlogs. Like, the amount of times I say like or I say you'll hear it in this, because so far so good. I don't think I will have to actually edit this. I'll just edit the intro in. But like, I normally used to do like podcast episodes and I'd cut stuff out, whereas now I'm just like, can't be asked, because like I've said before, if you watch my old podcast episodes, I can't be fucking bothered. I used to detest filming and editing podcast episodes because it'd be so long. But also, I was watching back my old podcast episodes today and I was like, fuck, this is kind of entertaining, like, lurky. Anyway, I don't know when this started, but I have like a real problem with my speech, which I never used to, because I used to be such a confident speaker. Like, I'd get nervous speaking publicly, but like, I could do it. But recently, like, I have a real bad thing of people thinking I'm stupid, or like how I present myself, how I come across. I'm scared that people do think I'm stupid, which I'm not stupid. I'm just not the most intelligent. Like, in terms of, I don't have the craziest, this is what I mean. Okay, this is a prime example. A breast of knowledge, but like, I don't know the right phrases. I don't know the right words to use to describe things. I can't pronounce things properly. I get nervous to pronounce things because I'm so concerned that people will hear me pronounce something properly and be like, improperly. Not, see, someone will hear me say something not the right way, and they'll be like, fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean? Oh my god, it actually just terrifies me. I hate it. And I also like stutter a lot and I stumble over words and I say things wrong or the delivery comes out improperly and then I start getting a lisp or whatever. And I don't know where it's come from, but the rise and fall of my speech has been crazy to watch and witness firsthand because it is me. Like, I was at work the other day and I went to say something and I was like, that came out wrong. That came out wrong. That didn't sound right. Like, I'll get my words in the wrong order. I'll be like, so like earlier when I said my shit for vlogs, my vlogs are shit. Like, it just, I don't know what happened. And it's because I get nervous so easily. Like, I always have this nervous pit in my stomach, like I've done something wrong or everyone hates me, which probably everyone does, but like, clap if you care. No. So why am I getting this nervous to talk? But I think it's just this conscious thing of like wanting people to not think I'm stupid. But then it's kind of out to get me because I sound stupid anyway. I will literally be like I'll be talking and I'll talk so fast. And also, I think another part of it is in my head, I am thinking about like how the sentence looks. It's like the sentence is literally playing out in my head and I'm like following the words along. And then I'll be talking and then I'm like, did I say that wrong? And then I'm thinking about what I'm saying. I'm thinking about how it's come out. I'm thinking about, did I say it wrong? And then I think without realizing, then I start saying things wrong. And people will look at me like, and also being surrounded by intelligent people, like Lara is so intelligent, Michael is so intelligent, other people that I know are intelligent and I'm not. And it makes me sad because when I think of how I was when I was younger, I was so clever and like I loved reading and people would always be like, you're so mature and you're so clever and you're so this and you're so that. And I guess maybe it's just like, see, I can't think of the word, and then I get really embarrassed that I can't think of the word, or that when people say words that I don't know the meaning of and I have to be like, what did that mean? Or like I won't ask what it means because I'm embarrassed, so I'll just wait until later on in the day and search it. Lol, maybe it's an ADHD thing because also like if I don't say exactly what I'm thinking at one time, like it will not come out and I'll completely forget. Like my memory recently has been so bad. My memory's been awful. It's been just the worst, and yeah, it's been awful. But yeah, I don't know what my speech is doing, but I get really self-conscious about it like maybe every 2 days. I'll be like, wow, you sound so stupid. Awesome. And then I'll get really sad because I'm like, oh, well, I'm only me and this is who I have to stay with now. Like, I'm not just going to become some crazy intelligent person. But like I am intelligent in my own ways and I don't want to talk down about myself because it's not productive, but like obviously I'm good at editing videos, I'm good at talking shit in the wrong order, and I think I'm good at being empathetic and whatever. But like I don't know, my speech is just something that's like been absolutely raw dogging it recently. Anyway, let's move on to films, okay? Because I want to talk about films. So I used to do on TikTok, I'm not completely given it up, like the possibility of me doing it is still there, but I used to do films of the week, but I haven't done that in like 2 weeks. So I'm going to tell you all the films that I've watched in the past 2 weeks and what I rated them, and then I'm going to talk about what I thought of each of them. Oh, I like this. Feels more chillax. Plus, I'm so comfy right now. Look at me. I'm like a pig in shit. See, I remembered the right phrase then. Cats in the crib and the silver spoon. Little Bo Peep and the man on the moon. Okay, last one I talked about was Mickey 17. Yeah, it's been a while. Actually, this is more than 2 weeks, is it? 14 and 11. Yeah, this is more than 2 weeks. So, okay. So, I watched One of Them Days because I love Keke Palmer. I love Keke Palmer. I've got her stuck under my nail. I love her. It had Scissor in it as well. I rated that 4.5. Gorgeous. I saw Wild at Heart because The Light has been showing all of David Lynch's films because obviously he passed away, which is just so sad. And Isabella Rossellini wearing blue velvet to the Oscars made me emotional. But yeah, they've been showing them. So Wild at Heart, I rated 4 stars. The Elephant Man, I rated 3 stars. Blue Velvet, I rated 4.5 stars. Notting Hill, first time watch that at cinema with me, ma'am. I rated 4 stars. Opus, I rated 2.5. Black Bag, I rated 3.5. Flow, I rated 3. Mulholland Drive, I rated 5. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, I rated 4.5. And La La Land, I rated 4.5. La La Land was a first time watch. I can't believe I've never seen that film before, but I can also so believe it because that film tore me into two. La La Land, Past Lives, horror films. Horror films. You go and I'll stay and everything will be fine. No, everything's not fine because have you thought about how me, Maisie FL, will feel after walking out of the cinema watching that? She'll feel sad. She'll feel very sad. Also, I love Ryan Gosling. I feel like he's had work done because his cheeks look so different. But he is such a Lengers. Like, La La Land and The Nice Guys came out in the same year. And The Nice Guys is one of my favourite films. I love that film. And he just looked so good in La La Land. Anyway, let's go back to, like, where we started. One of Them Days, so good. It is a pinnacle of a comedy. It had just such... Everything in it was amazing. Keke Palmer, I love her. She's just got oozing charisma. And Janelle James from Abbott Elementary was there. Is that her name? Janelle James? I think it is. Wait, let me check. Yeah. She was in it. It was so good. And it was just so fun. It was like a proper comedy film. And I would be able to watch that over and over and over. And I think, is that out on DVD? Surely. Because I want to buy it on DVD. One of Them Days DVD. It is! I think. Okay, maybe I'll have to wait another 90 days to order it on DVD, but I loved that film. It was so much fun, and I saw that at View because they weren't showing it at the Light, and it did feel kind of like nostalgic because I never go to View anymore, but that's the film. Cool, that's the cinema I went to growing up. I think my words just get confused, like especially if they're similar, like film, cinema could get confused easily. I can't think of any others. Anyway, Wild at Heart, that film was so good. Obviously, David Lynch's films are quite weird and wacky, and they have like really crazy, like far-fetched stories. But that's what I like about it because it's just like you've made something that you obviously enjoy and you created out of passion, and then for it to be loved by so many people, I just think that's so special. And that is why I was telling my therapist, like, I think because of like influencing and like that sort of idea, I strive for greatness because I want people to know who I am and people to enjoy what I do. But that's probably why I'd love to be an actress, because I'd love to like make things and people to enjoy them, which is what I'm doing now, and why I don't want to just be some fucking washed up bummy influencer. I just want to do great things because I watch a lot of stuff and I enjoy a lot of stuff and I see people doing great things and I just want to do it myself. Does that make sense? I don't know. Wild at Heart was so good. Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern, smash. Laura Dern, stunning. But I always get her confused in I always think that she was in American Horror Story season 1 as the maid in the murder house, the older maid. I always thought that was her, which it's most definitely not, but I always think they look alike. I don't know. Anyway, she was obviously in Little Women, wasn't she? Little Women. She was in Little Women, wasn't she? She was in Little Women. She was. Yes, she was in The Fault in Our Stars. I've never seen that, thank God. Not to be rude, but like, I don't think I would deal well with that. Anyway, so I rated that 4 stars. It was really good, and the colours in it was amazing. And the end bit where Glinda comes down in her bubble, I was like, ah! Are you a good witch or a bad witch? I don't know. The Elephant Man I rated 3 stars. Michael rated this like 4.5. This used to be in his top 4. It's just so sad. And the thing is with me, I can appreciate a film being good, but if it's sad and it makes me sad and I don't enjoy it as much because it has made me so sad, or like it's sort of focusing on something that's like hard to watch, I will rate it lower, not because it's not a good film and not because it wasn't done well, but like my ratings are purely based off of my enjoyment of them. Like sometimes I'll see a film and I'll be like, that is beautiful, I love it, but if I don't love the actual premise of what I'm watching, like the story, I can't rate it as highly. Do you know what I mean? But The Elephant Man was good and the acting in it was amazing. I didn't realise it was Anthony Hopkins. He's been about. Cheeky sod. Sorry. Blue Velvet, I rated that 4.5. That is my favourite David Lynch film that I've watched. Actually, that's a fucking lie. Mulholland Drive was. But That is up there. It's so good. I need to watch Twin Peaks the series so that I could watch Twin Peaks the film. But Blue Velvet was so good. Again, Laura Dern, Carl McLaughlin. Oh! Smash! Boom shakalaka! Yes, God! He is so leng. Isabella Rossellini, Laura Dern, like, that is a holy trinity of good-looking people. Like, oh my God, David Lynch had an eye for the Lengers. I'm telling you, that film was so good. And I, again, loved how it looked. The eerie feel of it, too. I was sat there like, ooh, what's about to happen? God, I loved it. Notting Hill, I rated 4 stars. Maybe I should rate it 4.5. I loved it. Hugh Grant when he was younger, Lenger. I've never noticed, well, actually, that's a lie. I have noticed his front teeth are like really long. Has anyone else ever noticed that? Not a diss, just an observation. But like, again, I think he's an absolute Lenger. Julia Roberts, I love Julia Roberts. My mum loves Julia Roberts. We're going to see Pretty Woman in May because they're showing that at the Light as well. And I've never seen Pretty Woman, and again, I had never seen Notting Hill. This, oh my God, I really loved it. It was just such a nice rom-com. Very unrealistic to think that a struggling bookshop owner could live in Notting Hill, but then again, who knows how the fucking rent back then was probably like 50p and a slice of mouldy old bread, you know what I mean? But I wish London still looked like that instead of being plagued with fucking American candy shops and vape shops and TikTok shop hoodies. Anyway, Opus, I rated 2.5. That shit was bunk. I loved the look of it, and I love how do you say her name? I say her name wrong all the time. Io. I always go to say Ao, but it wouldn't be Ao, would it? I love Io. Her acting is great, and I think she's got really good like presence, if that makes sense. And it was John Malkovich as well, who is obviously a great actor. But the film was just so underdeveloped. Like, obviously, it's all about this kind of cult, but you never find out why they do what they do, why they did what they did. It was just so random. So random. Anyway, whatever. Black Bag was really good. Everyone in that film was serving See You Next Tuesday. Some of the characters, though, were kind of annoying. Actually, I say everyone was. Kate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender were. Like, the rest of them were kind of low-key annoying. But they were serving, and it felt like a very movie, but I did not feel intelligent enough to be watching it because I could not keep up with what they were saying. Again, I don't really understand what was happening, but they looked good. And I love Kate Blanchett, and I enjoyed it, and it was an hour and a half, so I literally can't complain, and I would watch it again. Like, that's how I felt about it, if that makes sense. And also, like, it was just so glam. I love when someone walks around with a fuck-ass long haircut, a nice, big, fucking expensive bag, and some heels. So me. Anyway. Flow, I rated 3 stars. Obviously, that won the Best Animated Film for, I think, in the Oscars, yeah. And it was Latvia's first win, so I went to watch that, and it just made me sad and emotional because I just felt bad for all the animals. The capybara was sending me, though. He was so funny, and every time the cat got off the fucking boat, I was thinking, you have done that 1,000 times before now, yet you never ever ever learn. But it was a nice little story about like friendship and like, you know, sticking together and whatnot. But yeah, it was a 3-star film. It was like a solid okay, my lisp. It was a solid 3-starer. Mulholland Drive, 5 stars. No notes. Loved it. Thought it was so fun. Even though the premise was lost on me and I had to get Alan to explain it to me. Alan got hit by a car. If you don't know my friend Alan, I go to the cinema with him a lot. I love Alan. He's been my friend since school. Like, he's one of my only friends I still have since school, apart from like Lydia and a few other people as well. But like one of my closest. He had to explain it to me, but I loved it. The 2 leading ladies in that film, Langers, especially, what's her name? Laura Harring. I think that's how you say it. She was former Miss USA, and she's Mexican. Suck on that. Anyway, she was so good in that film, and she was so leng. She was so leng. And oh my God, just lesbians and fun and good looking people and mystery and drama and just the look of that film. I loved it. I thought it was so good. It was just amazing. And then I saw Terminator 2, Judgment Day. That was good. That was a lot of fun. Hasta la vista, baby. My favourite part was when he goes, I need a vacation. It made me laugh so much. But it was really good. I haven't seen Terminator 1, but Rob, who I went with, sent me like a cheat sheet, like notes of what happened. And considering I'm scared of machines in AI and the future and technology, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a very well done, like, sci-fi film. And I loved that there was a bad bitch and everyone called her crazy, and then she proved them wrong. Not, what is that quote? Like, wait, I wrote it about Wicked. Give me a sec, because I know that that applies to this film as well. Wicked, where you at? I bet she be asking what Chanel it. Hey, rich shit I do a lot of. What? What was it? Show your activity. Okay, here we go. I've seen Wicked 3 times. Never me. Okay, cool. Never mess with a bitch who has something to prove. That's what I was gonna say. She had something to prove, and she proved it. She proved it. And then, oh my god, my nose. Cool, another grimace hair. La La Land. City of stars, are you shining just for me? Me when Michael tells people that I'm a good singer and then they go, oh, let me hear you sing. No. Yeah, La La Land. That was amazing. Obviously, Emma Stone won the Oscar for that, and I was so curious who won Best Actor that year. It was Casey Affleck for Manchester by Sea, but I've never seen that film, but I do need to, but I know that it's really sad. So that's putting me off. Anyway, I loved that film. I especially loved the look of it, how it was filmed, the colours, like all of it. That is the sort of film that I'll watch and be like, I want to make a movie. I want to make a film, and I want it to make people feel the way I felt watching that. Like, just the look of it was so good. What's your name? Mia. Well, Mia? Mia. Have I got that wrong? Probably. Mia. Well? No, I didn't. Well, Mia, I guess I'll see you in the movies. Oh my shot, it was so good. The soundtrack, amazing. Ryan Gosling, just the colours and the 3 girls she lived with, like, I loved that dynamic and them singing, like butter. I loved it. I just loved the look of it as well. Like, the close-ups of the keyboard and the records and John Legend being in it. So random. I loved it. It was so good. Those were all the films that I watched the last 2 weeks anyway. Yeah, my letterbox is Maisie Fuller with 2 R's if you want to follow me, because I'm always logging films, and I actually made a list of all the DVDs that I've got, and I've only watched, I think, like 59% of them, but a lot of the films that I've bought are films that I've wanted to watch, and I just saw them on DVD and bought them, and a lot of them you can't stream for free, and also I just like the idea of having the physical copy of them. I love physical media, and I bought a DVD player, so there you go. I bought that on Klarna. Thank you. Yes, sir. Anyway, and I also, because it's April, I can tell you about my book that I read in March. I only read one book because I'm awful. I'm reading Butter at the moment, which was Waterstone's book of the year last year, but it is huge, and I don't bode well with huge books. Apart from this one, I read Blue Sisters by Coco Mellon, who obviously wrote Cleopatra and Frankenstein, which is such a good book, and I would recommend reading it if you haven't already. But oh my god, Blue Sisters was amazing. I could not put that book down. It is about 4 sisters, but one of them sadly dies. That's not a spoiler. It literally says it on the blurb. And her writing style is just so compelling. And each chapter was about a different sister. So it would go like Lucky, Bonnie, Avery. My favourite one to read about was... Oh, it's hard to choose between Bonnie and Avery. Not that I didn't enjoy Lucky's ones, but I found just the characters of Bonnie and Avery more interesting. Lucky's the youngest, and obviously I'm the youngest child, but I am the only girl, and I always pined for a sister. What did you say about my air fryer? Anyway, I always wanted a sister. I would cry. I would beg my mum for a sister when I was younger, and she was like, no, girl, your dad can't have any more kids. And I didn't know what that meant, and now I know. But I always wanted a sister. That is why I want girls so badly. But now I've read that book, I've made the mistake of wanting 4 daughters. Michael would never. I don't think Michael wants more than 2 children. 2 children is preferable, but if I have 2 girls, like, fuck it, let's just try for 2 more girls. Like, come on now. But anyway, that book was amazing. I literally could not recommend it more if I tried. I just loved the dynamic, and it just felt so real, because obviously she has I keep saying obviously as if you might know this, but like you might not. Coco Melon has a sister in real life, so like she can write from experience, and I think a lot of people that read that book that have sisters also relate to it. I can't because I have brothers. I went out with my brothers yesterday and my mum and dad because it was Mother's Day, and we actually had a really nice time and we didn't argue. And we went to a little park after to take pictures of me, mum, and me and my brothers, and it was like, oh my god, we're all getting on. I feel bad for always being like, you two are the worst people ever. Not the worst people ever. Like, I love my brothers, they're my brothers, but like, we don't always get on. We're very different people. Like, and that whole thing of like, would you be friends with your siblings if they weren't your siblings? No, probably not. But they are my siblings, and I do love them. Literally tomorrow they'll piss me off, and I'll be like, "Fuck you! I wish I was an only child." But anyway, yeah. How long have I been filming? 56 minutes. Oh my shot! That is bloody bonkers. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else then. I can't remember now. But yeah, that was nice, and that book was very good, and I would really recommend reading it because it really got me out of a slump. But now I'm just like, I want to read something else by her. I also want her to make Blue Sisters into like a film and cast me as one of the sisters. I don't know which one I'd be, but I want to be one of them. I was supposed to be in the video. Also, I've been loving Tate McRae's song Sports Car. Actually, yeah, let me tell you what's on my on repeat. I used to do this in my old episodes, and now I'm going to do it today as well because it's my podcast. Hello. Okay, on my on repeat, don't judge. Everything is embarrassing. Father figure. I will be your father figure. Sports car. Fancy footwork. I'm not alone. It ain't me, babe. The complete unknown version. Futile devices, of course. Yeah. Denial is a river. It isn't perfect, but it might be. Thank you by Busta Rhymes. Sorry, I've not been saying who these are by. Mutt by Leon Thomas. Criticized by Alexander O'Neill. Cybersex by Doja Cat. Oh my god, Hot Pink. That album is a work of art. Don't Dream It's Over by Crowded Music. Pop Music by Robin Scott. Rockman by McGee. Dive by Olivia Dean. Date Night by Khaki Kid. I Don't Dance, High School Musical soundtrack. Contagious Love by Zendaya Bella Thorne. Jackie Down the Line, Fontaines DC. Rock Your Baby, George McRae. What Is This Feeling? Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, even. Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. Beat Your Ass and Have the Bible of God watching. Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride from Lilo and Stitch. More by Andrea True Connection. Sun is Shining by Bob Marley and the Wailers. Knocking on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan. Favorite by Fontaines DC. And Cry Me a River by Justin Timberlake. Cry Me a River. Also, a firm favourite that I've been loving this month is rewatching Pretty Little Liars because I'm doing that any chance I get. Like, the minute I stop filming, I'm going to whack that TV on. I'm going to make a jacket potato for lunch, maybe. I don't know if I want a jacket potato or spring rolls, but I've kind of been overdoing on spring rolls. And I'm going to watch Pretty Little Liars because I'm on season 2. They're about to find out who A is. But, like, knowing who A is, like, I look back and I'm like, fucking hell, like, I know that you were bullied and, like, that is wrong, but fucking hell, you really took it to, like, new extremes. Anyway, and then I have been loving Motherland, which is more of a February favourite, but I rewatch Motherland very often. Like, I will put it on when I'm editing and I will just have it on in the background because I love that program. Oh my shot, that program is so good. I wish they did another series of it. I started Amanda Land and I wasn't that much of a fan because Amanda was my literal least favourite character. Like, she was just such a fucking bitch. She was so horrible and I knew that she had problems and like her own shit going on, but she was just such a bloody bitch. She's a beach. Anyway, so Motherland. Kev is my favourite character, and Liz and Julia. Like, probably Kev and Liz, like, tied, or maybe Kev a little bit more. Kev reminds me of if Michael was, like, just a stay-at-home dad. Like, does anyone else see that if you've watched Motherland? Oh, God, that program is gold. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I've run out of things to talk about now. I need another week to think of more things. I say a week. We'll see. Fingers crossed. If it's not every week, it might be every 2 weeks. It might be one today and then one in 6 months' time. But I'm trying, okay? This is me trying. Doesn't trying just look beautiful on me? Anyway, see you when I see you. If not, I will see you in my next vlog. But let's just hope and pray that I don't flop. Girl, what if I flop? But girl, what if you eat? God, I need to delete my phone and my existence. Okay, bye! Cry me a river.